Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to East Vineland, New Jersey. Back to Kubota Farm. Just visiting my buddy Fred. He wanted me to take a little ride in this Kubota. I don't even know what do you call these things? Kind of a gator thing. I'm not sure what Kubota Sidekick. RTV XG850. And I have to admit, I really do like it quite a bit, and I think it would be handy to have one of these on the farm. He's going to look into getting us one of these. From what I understand, he's been working on trying to get us some other equipment. Here's that 4-seater. I guess it could even be a 5 or 6, I guess, if you 3 in the front and 3 in the back if you needed to. But that's also really nice. Is this also called a Sidekick? It's a diesel. That's pretty sweet. I want one of these, though. I told him to try and hook us up with one of these guys here. One of these SVLs. 97. What is this, an SSV 75? I told him I would take either. I like the tracked version quite a bit. But he's not sure he can hook us up with one of these. But wouldn't this be nice to have on the farm? Just to mess around, maybe do some bale collecting and stuff. This thing would be sweet. So we're going to see. But while we were here, the main reason I was here actually was for this. He's been promising me that he was going to get us a plow for the front of our truck. And he came through. I'll give him that. Pretty sharp looking piece of kit here too. Not sure if we're going to get to use it this winter. It's been fairly mild, but it is February, so there's still a chance of some snow. But he hooked us up, so I appreciate that. But we have more work to do on the farm. Oh, and I also, if you notice, the tonneau cover. He swapped out our roll bar with a tonneau cover. Not sure if I like it or not yet. We'll see. He says he's been trying to sell them, and I guess we're kind of a rolling advertisement for him and Kubota and his store. So who knows? You know, maybe we'll help sell a few tonneaus. He doesn't sell the pickup trucks, obviously, because he's not a car dealer, but the accessories he can definitely get. So, like the tonneau cover he can get, the front plow he can get, and some other accessories too. So, apparently they've been doing pretty well with those kind of things. Initially, his shop sold a few things, but they did really well, and so he's kind of expanded his inventory, and I guess he's got a full-time mechanic on site, installer on site now, so that's pretty cool. But right now we need to head back to the farm. Actually, we need to head to field 23. I think it's 23 where we left our hello piggies. That one's dropping another deuce, as usual. That one is always right there in the corner, greeting us with one of his little bonus surprises. I don't get it, man. Too much fiber in the diet. So let's park our truck and let's head over to the field. If you remember last time we were here on Kubota Farm, we hooked up a couple of cotton contracts, and we completed one of them, but we still have a second cotton contract that we need to take care of. Yeah, that's sharp looking. I like that a lot. Check this out too. I mean, those lights, yeah, that'll illuminate a field. I don't know if any of you have ever been deer shining at night. Legally now, not illegal, you know, kind of stuff where you shine the lights in them and you shoot them. Just the fun part of deer shining. I have a few times, and it's a blast. It's so much fun. So much fun. We'll talk about that a little bit more here too, but let's get to planting. Let's make sure we've got our cotton selected. We indeed do. This isn't lined up the greatest. I think we can probably move it over just a tad. We don't have to be super careful, but I'm going to go ahead and kick off a hired hand. And we need to scooch over to our Kubota. I like the way that sounds when it starts up. That's so cool. Check and make sure cotton is there. It is indeed. Looks like we got to make a little adjustment even on this one. So hope everybody's doing well this week. Thursday, we're almost there once again to the weekend. I hope your week has been okay, been safe, has been productive with whatever you do. We are definitely also going to have to get some more seed before we are done with this. I filled up all the seed that we had at the other field before coming over here. So what we have in our seed tanks is all we have right now. Another driver update from NVIDIA today. Yay. Just let you all know that. So if you do see a little bit of weirdness and stutter or something, it's still going to be building up that shader cache. I try and build it up as best I can before I record so that you don't have to deal with it. But there's always that little bit that I don't get. But as you play the map, it gets better. Do we have, we do, don't we? I did this last time, I think, but we're going to do it again. I don't know if 0 is right. Let's turn our lines on so we can see it is not. How do I turn these that direction? That should be close enough. Yeah, that'll work. And in fact, this will be so easy to see. We can just turn off those lines altogether. Yeah, I'm missing a little bit of a strip, but that's okay. I think we'll be all right for the contract if I can. If I have to, I'll come back and grab that, but and we'll lift this up. Scooch around. Should have probably nailed out a headland before because we're just going to be trampling these bushes. But I guess we'll deal with it as we go. Lots of cotton planting. What is happening in East Vineland? Is there something we don't know? Is cotton prices, are they going to be going up? Maybe the spinnery's in need, but lately it seems like a lot of the neighboring farmers have been hitting the cotton planting. So I don't know. Maybe we need to consider doing some of that on ours. Hey, Mr. Deer. Insta-popper there. He didn't stick around long, did he? Or she. He's like, he's like, whoa, screw this. I'm out of here, man. I don't want stinking tractors heading my way. Must have heard how I drive. I'd get out of there too, Bambi, if I was driving. So thinking back this week on mods, I guess nothing has particularly caught my eye. I know we talked a little bit the other day about the animal production stuff, and I still haven't had a chance to look into that a little bit more, but nothing's really popped out to me this week on the mod front. Anything for you guys at all that's been like, oh yeah, this thing's super cool? I just haven't really seen it. I am gonna hit a headland here or two because I feel like those bushes are just a little too close for comfort, so let's give ourselves a little bit of breathing room on this end. And our hired helper, not that they're gonna probably care too much, but at least it'll give us a little bit of room to turn and stuff instead of having to plow through the bushes. So coming up tonight, Thursday night, Throwback Thursday, we are headed back to the old family farm, and going to be running some old equipment on there. Looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. Did I turn my planter off? I did. Okay. So that should be pretty good, pretty entertaining. Always look forward to running the old stuff. You don't get a lot done real quick, but they're fun to run. They sound cool. They look cool. The days before all of the emissions controls, all of the worries about pollution or putting pesticides, putting nasty, harmful pesticides into the ground. Some of the stuff I don't get behind, but some of it you gotta admit, you know, I mean, we didn't know better. I don't think there was any ill intent, but I think some of it, you know, some of it was pretty nasty. Some of that, especially some of those pesticides, I think clearly we could do without, no doubt. I know I'd prefer not having them in my food. It tells you how important, you know, I remember growing up, you know, my mom would always say, you know, you got to make sure and wash your vegetables and fruits before you eat them. And as a kid, you know, I didn't really care. You know, I mean, whoop-de-doo. It's an apple, you know. Who cares? But I think I think there was some good wisdom for sure in that statement. Now that I think back on it, I'm kind of surprised at probably how, you know, how much stuff I ate I didn't realize I was eating while I was chomping on those apples. And even like carrots and maybe not carrots so much, because I think most of the time, you know, you took a peeler or a scraper to them, you know, to get the outside dirt off and whatnot. But apples for sure. Oranges, bananas, they're all okay, because, well, at least I wasn't into eating the... I know I'm getting out of your way. I wasn't into eating the peels. I had a buddy growing up that was into that, though, that ate not the banana peels, but would eat, he'd eat the orange peels. Not sure what was wrong with him. Might have been all the lead paint. Not really sure now that I think about it. You know, that was another thing. Lead paint. I can only imagine, you know, in the houses I lived growing up, that it was like living in a Faraday cage with all the lead paint around us. Oh man, so many things I think back on that just, you know, over the years just aren't cutting it anymore, you know. But you live and learn. We survived somehow, you know. We survived. Maybe not as healthy as kids are today. But we did survive. Oh, had a bad... Oh, yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that one. What's going on right there with the graphics? Do you guys see that? How that dirt line right there, but it's not a... What's... Oh, because I have my thing out. That's funny. How did I do that? Hold on a second. How did I... What button did I hit? What button did I hit for that? Not the NVIDIA experience. That thing's glitching. Wow, that thing's glitching like a crazy person. What is the... Turn off cedar, higher, turn on... What is that thing? I don't know. Let's lift it. Control, is it C is inside? I'll see. I'm gonna have to look at that. I don't know. Nope, not you. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look at my whoa, wrong way, buddy. Wrong way. What in the world key combination did I hit? Oh man, Bambies are going to town. If I fold it, yeah, that'll do it. All right, good enough for me. I can't think off the top of my head what the ridge markers are. Ridge marker. And it's not in the F1. Interesting. I'm not sure what I hit for the ridge marker. It was kind of freaking... Well, what are you doing over there? Oh, I bet he's out. We're going to have to check our little helper over there. I think he might be... out of seed. Either that or he's asleep. Wait, there's nobody in the... I don't think there's anybody in the cab over there. I think he stinking took off. Maybe he went chasing deer. I was having the neighbor kid help us over there, but he's been known to just take off once in a while chasing deer. We'll see him. We'll see him in the middle of the night sometimes, just running across the field chasing deer. He's a good kid, though. We love him. I think he did take off, though. We're gonna have to go check on him and see what's going on. I'm just picturing that in my head, just going downstairs for a drink at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a little midnight snack and looking out the window and seeing your neighbor's kid running across your field after deer. And that would be interesting. Well, let's just keep... Actually, you know what we could do here? Hold on a second. Since we're... let me turn off GPS here for a sec, and we can turn the hired helper on. Let them continue our journey, and let's switch over to the Zetter here. Yeah, bailed. Completely bailed. Just like peace, and and he's out of here. I don't know where he went. Oh goodness! But we are out of seed, and I hate to buy another 1,000 liters of seed. But I don't think we're going to be able to finish this field on this alone. Hold on, buddy. Let me hop in with you. That would be cool if they showed somebody in the buddy seat right there, wouldn't it? So he's got about 500 liters of seed left. That might actually be kind of close, if I'm being honest. We're on field 23, is it? Field 23. And what was cotton? Just over 1,000 liters. I don't know what we started with. I'm actually going to turn you off. No offense, but I'm here and I might as well take over. Hook that up. Fire that up. Fire that up. We'll just keep going until we run out. And if we run out, then I think I have small bags in the shop. I don't know if I've got that mod enabled. I usually have these, oh, they're the, what are they, the 50 liter or 100 liter bags. You don't need to enable super strength to pick them up. You can just pick them up and chuck them with normal strength in the game. I might have those. We'll have to check and see if we need them. We might have enough though. This isn't going through a whole lot of seed. Seem to be hitting. I'm not even gonna try and make that corner. We're just gonna go with the flow, and we'll come back and hit the ones we're missing. So is it Zetter or Zetor? I think I've always heard it pronounced Zetter. Maybe it's Zetter in Canada and the UK, and it's Zetor here in the United States. I don't know. I know that I lived in Canada when I was younger for only 3 years. And that was one of the, I remember that being one of the hardest things to get used to was Z versus Z. Where are we at here? 85%? Was Z versus Z. The other thing that I thought was, that I specifically remember this because it really bugged me. And I was pretty young at the time. I was in elementary school. And I don't know what the situation was. Am I going to hit? I think we're going to miss. Yeah, nice. I don't know what the situation was exactly that caused this. But I had to excuse myself. Like I was in the way or something, or the teacher was in the way or something, or I needed her attention, and I said, excuse me, and she looked down at me and said, we don't say excuse me, we say pardon. And I'll never forget that, just how arrogant, cocky she came across to me. And I was like, dude, I probably wasn't, because I was, I think, in like 3rd or 4th grade. But, you know, now I'm thinking back, you know, really? That's what you're worried about, is if I say excuse me versus pardon. Oh, man. Yeah, I know. I need to let that one go. It's been a lot of years. But if I saw her today, I would say, look out. Get out of the way. I wouldn't even say excuse me or pardon me. I would just say move. It reminds me of that Saturday Night Live skit where there's this is an old skit too. I think with Rob Schneider. And I don't know how many of you remember Rob Schneider. Like, where is he now? I haven't seen him in years, but This was before he went on to his big movie career. I think he had a movie called The Animal or something like that, or where he was like an animal. Anyways, he was an IT guy. He was an IT repair guy in this office, and he would go up to the users. He'd be walking around the users and say, "Hey, Mike or whatever his name was, I can't print." And he would walk up to them at their desk, and he would just look down on them, move, and just move, and just kick them off their desk, get it done. I mean, he was a super rude IT guy. So it was kind of a funny skit. I'm sure I'm not doing it justice at all, but just reminded me of that. Pardon. Pardon. Pardon me is, yeah, if I drove a Jaguar, I might say that. Pardon me, do you mind if I get to my Jaguar? Or my Jaguar? But, I don't drive. I drive, a normal person's car. We did complete. Awesome. All right. Well, I am not going to bother doing this last little strip here because it will auto-complete for us. I don't know what happened to our neighbor's kid. He just bolted. I have no idea where he went. I haven't seen too many deer around since he abandoned his tractor, so he's probably off in those woods right there chasing them. All right, Mr. Zetter, I'm just going to wrap you up here just so you nice and tidy here so the farmer can pick you up. And we can put a done stamp on these 2 cotton contracts. Thank goodness. They weren't too bad, actually. They were pretty quick. I like the sound of that Zetter, too. Zetter or Zetor? Crystal or Cristal? It's the Zetor Cristal. HD 170. It's actually not a bad looking tractor, if I'm being honest. A little weight there on the back of it, but yeah, it's a nice little tractor. I've heard they're pretty good tractors too, actually, quality-wise. I've heard they're not too bad. All right, well, that is going to take care. Actually, since we're here, we might as well complete and complete. And the Zetter is gone. And that's going to wrap up another episode of Kubota Farm here in East Vineland, New Jersey. Glad to get that taken care of. If I'm looking at our contracts here, nothing. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get any more contracts today. To be honest, the way the contract situation has been going, it hasn't been working out so well for me. Maybe we'll try and get those refreshed next time. One more thing we can check. We don't need them now, but oh yeah, and here's those bags I was telling you about, these Pioneer bags. What are they? Are they 50s? 100 liters for $50. I don't use them a lot, but once in a while when you are, oh, there's those 82 Studios. I don't know if you guys have checked that mod out, but these things are sweet. These global goods transport bags. I hope we get a chance to use these on Kubota. Very, very cool. Anyways, this is just a mod in the Farm Supply Pack by the Lort. And just about everything you could want, just in handy size, throw bags. And if you get to a point, when you're out on these contracts, especially, and you've got just 2% left of the job to do, and you don't want to do the, hired helper, let them buy kind of stuff for you, buying those bags can be kind of handy. But hey, everyone, thank you really for checking out another edition of Kubota Farms. I really do appreciate you stopping by and putting up with me yet again. What does this make? Kubota, are we in like episode we've got to be getting close to, boy, I always forget what episode we're on. Are we on like 20? Are we in the 20s? 22, 23? I know we're in the 40s over on Buchern. But yeah, thanks again, everyone. And please, if you got time tonight, check out Throwback Thursday. I think you'll enjoy it back over on the old family farm. You all take care of yourselves. Very important. Take care of each other too. And I will see you again real soon.